for men who are dating, or Lex too, you can answer this.
No, you can't.
Trying to get Lex in trouble, man. Come on. Come on.
Don't blow the whole spot up.
All right. Do men think that women should cater to them when they're dating? Like, should she be cooking for you? Should she be having sex with you? Like the attributes of a wife. Should she be doing those things when she's dating? I know. My sister just sat down.
I'm gonna say no. Wait, there's two answers. It's an answer that we should say.
I'm gonna say no.
No,
it's an answer that we should say.
He's right. He's right.
Well, you really believe as men, what do you think? Should women be doing this stuff or what?
Let me break it down. It's called the thrill of the chase. This is the thing that it happens to us. It's the thrill of the chase. So therefore, if a woman doesn't understand the thrill of the chase and how that works in a man's mind, she's gonna be running in that same circle always and over and over again. The thrill of the thing, it's all about balance. If I'm coming at you hard texting, if I'm blah 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 blah, you gotta sit back a little bit. But now after you sit back, you gotta go extra hard that next week to make me feel like, hey, like you gotta make my mind wonder too. If you don't make my mind wonder, if it's not like a push and pull kind of thing, then nah, it's just gonna be, you know what? When I got time for it, I'll entertain that text. If not, you stay all right. That's how it works.
That's a lot of work for me, man.
And that goes right back to what I was saying earlier, as far as what more do I have to look forward to if you give me everything right now? You know what I mean? I heard some one time, and it was like, you shouldn't be a wife to a boyfriend, you shouldn't be a girlfriend to a friend. And it's like, honestly, it's the answer that we should say, it's the answer that we gonna say, but to kind of meet in the middle is a kind of, you really, as a woman, you have to feel it for yourself. Like, am I doing too much? You can feel when you're doing too much, or when you, damn, this boy called me every moment for every little thing. There's no reason that a man that's just your friend or whatever like that, or that's not committed to you, he shouldn't be asking you, babe, can you update my resume? Can you do this application for me? Can you cook this meal every night? Can you pick up my kids for me? This, that, and other. It shouldn't go like that. I mean, I can rely on you, do just enough to let me know I can depend on you, but at the same time, don't let me rely on you right now.
Yeah, you gotta boost me while I boost you. Fill my cup while I fill yours.
Yeah.
You set yourself up for failure.
It just has to be mutual.
So a man, technically, ultimately, a man should love a woman more than a woman loves a man, or at least shows it. Like he said, a woman should show less of a love towards a man than a man should show towards a woman.
Yes, 100%. 100%. 100%. Because the minute she puts her cards on the table, there's no more reason for me to even go to do anything above and beyond. She already showed me. So
how long should this continue, though? Should this continue until marriage, or should it be even after marriage? There should be like a little bit of a chase during like.
I'm married like 3 months in, and I'm still getting to know my wife, and I'm always still gonna be getting to know my wife, and that's because we're gonna grow and mature every day. When we met 5 years ago, in the mentality I had then is completely different now. To where when I wake up, the first thing I'm thinking about is the whole day, what the family's gonna be doing, and where I'm gonna be able to fit in between to make sure everybody's fed and this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And then I plan what I gotta do for me.
Yeah.
So that my whole mentality changes.
Mm-hmm.
Should women pay half the bills?
Honestly, but honestly, this question right
this
here,
day and age,
I really feel like this question right here, I do feel like every situation is different. That's something that the couple has to come together and agree on.
Yeah.
Everybody's situation is different. I honestly sit back on this conversation because my main argument to it is, in today's society where women are making just as much money, if not more, than men, if I'm taking care of every bill at this house, every bill, where does your check? Because before I met you, I was taking care of these bills plus taking care of home. So where does your check go at that point? If you say, okay, you take care of all the bills, I take care of home. No, baby, because it don't take that whole check, because I was doing that with this same check before I met you. So that's my only argument is where does that go? And then I know a lot of women go back to, oh, well, my granddaddy this, that, but you fail to go back and talk about the fact that that house was a third of what my house is now. We don't have all those same bills. So that cell phone, that cable, all that Wi-Fi stuff, they didn't have that bill. Your grandma was making clothes. It was wearing hand-me-down clothes. Cooking every day. It was more submissive. You skip all that part. Yeah. And then you go back and talk about what your grandma and grandpa did.
Nah. Yeah.
So I'm kind of back and forth with that. And
I get it.
And I say you got to be comfortable with the situation. Now, me personally, would I like to provide for my family in that matter? Yes. But with today's society and how it's going, I might not be able to do that and tend to your needs because you want to wear this designer, you want to go out, you want to do that, this and that, you know what I mean? I really feel like it's just a matter of each situation. She's not obligated to go 50-50, but it's whatever is comfortable for that relationship. But I need that question. Go check, go.
So there shouldn't be a prerequisite when you enter into a relationship with somebody. There shouldn't be a prerequisite. It should be once you guys sit down and have the conversation, whatever works for you two. And that might have to shift. You know, if something shifts in the relationship, that conversation might need to be had again.
Right.
I never had that conversation with my wife when she was my girlfriend, when she was my fiance. We've never had that conversation.
So Lex, let me ask you, like, how do y'all work that out? Like, how do y'all do it? Like, what is y'all?
I've gone in. Well, I mean, my dad is a stand-up guy. Thank God, I've always had a great, somebody to look up to. So I've watched my dad open the car door for my mother. His whole entire life, I've watched him go above and beyond for my mom. So that's kind of like if most 9 times out of 10, if we're going out on a date or something like that, I'm probably the one who said, hey, let's go here, let's go do this. They have a great something I want to try, blase, blase. So I'm not going to invite you somewhere and then expect you to pay for it or go half on it. No, this is my treat to bring you into my world in a sense. So now it's on you what happens after that. If you want to show me a piece of your world and say, all right, we're going to go do this, then that's how I take that back as you go and have. Like, when my wife she's out from the country. So she brought me out and showed me things like tubing or going down the river and stuff like that. So that was going half for her is what I consider that. You know what I mean? As far as me taking her out or cooking new things for her, blah, blah, blah. It's like, all right, she brought something to the table that I don't know. So we enlighten each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be looked at as cash 50-50. It could be like, all right, I gained this knowledge from you 50-50 also. I gained this experience from you 50-50 also. Because the experiences go longer than the dates do. You know what I'm saying? You think about the date more than you think about what you paid.
Exactly. So, I like that.
That's what I look at.
That's
I like that. Yeah.
Okay, so is chivalry dead? Or is it still very much alive?
It's not popularized. It's not dead, but it's not popularized. It's a new form of it. It's a new form of it these days. It's a new form because the internet does not line up.
But by society standard, it is dead. But like when it comes to a relationship with the right person, it isn't.
Exactly. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So the right person will make you do those things. So a girl shouldn't expect you to open doors. If you don't feel like she's the one or she's worthy of that, you're not going to do it.
First of all, it's not
voluntarily.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not
opening doors for my friends.
Why should a man waste, in other words, why should a man waste his time if it's not mutual? You know what I mean? Like with the courtesies and all of this and you know what I mean?
But I also put it as far as the chivalry not dead thing, I don't necessarily think that it's dead, but it's a fact. It's on life support. I'll put it like that. But
it's on life support.
But if you think about it,
it's not being taught.
If we're gonna take it that route, our nurses, our women, y'all don't get to a point where y'all don't demand that from us. And a man's gonna do just what he has to do in order to achieve his goal. And if all I gotta do is text you and say, come chill with me tonight, and I'm about to fuck something, chivalry leaves, but it left because you allowed it to.
Sheesh. So chivalry is dead right now because women have allowed for,
It's life support.
It's life support.
Mama taught us. We got the ability to bounce back.
No, for real. It's not too late. It's not too late. We just need to set the examples, though. We just
set the example.
Set examples.
Yeah.
Men and women got to set that
Okay,
example.
so how do we set the example as a woman? What is it that we should be doing in order to have a man who is willing to
come open my door? I'm not getting in that car.
Nah.
So wait, I wanna one thing is, it's not being portrayed in the media, in the mainstream, that stuff. Back in the days, it was, because I was raised old school. I was raised by my grandparents. So my grandfather taught me to open the door for women, let them go through the elevator first and stuff like that. So I still practice that to this day. Like, you don't have to be my girl, my wife, for me to do that for you.
Okay.
Like I do it all the time. So this generation, they're not being raised like that.
So if we want, as a woman, if we want that, we should be expecting of that in our relationship. Should that be a conversation that is had, amongst the men, or just, I'm just gonna sit at the door until you open it?
What if, because what if as a man, his mom, he never seen his mom get treated that way, but always knew that his mom should have gotten treated that way. So the minute he talks to a female and she says, how come you don't open the door for him? Then that light bulb goes off. Boom, I can do something for you that was never done for my mom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then again, it's automatically a part of somebody's character anyway. So if they're doing that, that's who they are. If they don't do that, that's not who they are. You know what I mean?
So that conversation should be had and not expected from everybody.
I think it should be observed because, like I said, it's a part of how somebody is.
Yes, it's the measure of the man.
Exactly, that's the measure of the man. If he does that, that's just automatically who he is. If he doesn't, then that's not the type of guy he is.
You're gonna see that from day one. You're not gonna see that 3 weeks in. You're gonna know
you might not either.
And I don't think necessarily to piggyback on it. I don't think it's necessarily a conversation that needs to be had.
Exactly.
It's a comment that needs to be made. And then, because you're not, as a woman, you're not here to build a man. You shouldn't be, at least. You shouldn't be. So it's not a conversation to be had. It's a comment that should be made to let you know what my standards are. And then it's up to that man to be a man and be like, oh, let me tap into what I learned way back when, and let me know that it lets me know that I'm dealing with a woman right now. I'm not dealing with one of these little girls that's gonna let that shit ride.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he doesn't make the adjustment, then that lets you know where he is, chuck deuces, and keep it pushing, because he's not willing to go the extra mile for you.
Right, because everybody we all adults, everybody should know some level of respect, and especially if they see somebody that they're attracted to or that they want to be with, they should automatically be that way. If you're not that way with that person, you don't care about that person. That's how I see it.
Y'all are spitting hot fire like Dylan.
Dylan.
Snap.
Fire, Dylan. You hear me? Oh my God. It's too much today. All right. Are men intimidated by women who make more money than them?
I'm not, but I believe some men are. But
I was gonna say the same thing.
But can you really call him a man? Because in that sense, if you're insecure in that moment because she makes more money than you, you haven't developed that mindset that says we yet. And honestly, and then you still think in competitive mode, and to ever say that you're in competition with the future mother of your child, your wife, that is fucking ridiculous. But I don't want to step on those toes. If you're insecure, it is what it is. You just got something to work on, in my opinion. If my girl make more money than me, baby, you need me to be a stay-at-home dad? I mean, I'm not. I'm still gonna work.
I'm still gonna grind though. Yeah. It's not intimidating at all. It's not intimidating at all.
It's not. You know what I feel like? I feel like since like the man is the provider, like he's supposed to be somebody who's to provide. If the woman is making more than him, then he should like match her. I feel like that should be motivation to match that.
Level up. Exactly. Let that motivate you.
Yeah. Right.
Baby, can you slide me in the back door, goddammit? Or help me with my resume.
Right. Because I feel like a real man, like if he's lacking in any type of way, he's not gonna complain about it. He's just gonna work day and night just to compete, like just to make it good, so that he can identify as a man. You know what I mean?
But in that, do you guys believe as a sub question, do you guys believe in roles of a relationship? Should a woman be the one who stays home and cooks and clean, or the man is the one who goes out and fetches the food?
I believe everything happens organically.
Organically, yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer on that one. It depends on the couple and the situation.
Right, and then women they respond to a man that can lead anyway. So if he's leading and doing his part as a man, then she's automatically going to fall suit in her role. So that's just how that's how I see it.
What's more suitable?
What's more suitable? Yeah.
I mean, hell, if I'm making $13 an hour, but my baby over here, she a nurse, she over here in the $50 an hour. We got 2 kids going to daycare. I might as well stay home. My check is more than daycare. I mean, my check is less than what daycare. I might, for the time being, I might as well. But don't get comfortable with it. But I definitely don't think it's a such thing as roles and who should be where. It's whatever fits y'all current situation in today's society. Because there's so many factors that pull you so many different ways. Right. There's definitely.
Because I also feel like women, they respect a man that is, that goes and gets his own. And I don't really feel like she kind of does if he doesn't. That's just my opinion. I feel like she kind of automatically falls suit like into her role when he goes after his, goes after his stake and goes after his like finances and stuff like that. Like if a man doesn't walk in his role, he's going to hear a lot of arguments and a lot of just crazy, just anxiety to me. That's how I see it. But if he's walking, make a long story short, if he's walking in his role, she's going to like fall in line with
that. Does that mean that if a man is not walking in the role of the provider for the family, do you think that women will still submit to that?
Nah, I think women have a hard time submitting to that. Yeah, I think they have a real hard time submitting to. It's something about a man that just like walks into his own that she just respects, and he doesn't have to say a lot. It's just what he's doing that she responds to. Whatever he does is what she responds to. But if
the man is not the primary breadwinner in the relationship, how do you guys expect the woman to submit to somebody who isn't her leader or who isn't her provider? Or
it ain't submit. Submit is the wrong word. I think respect and love is the
that
right
too.
word.
Right, but when I say submit, I mean like walking her role. See, a man, God gave us all a role. A man has his role, and then a woman has her role. And whatever the man and the woman agree on in a relationship, that's what they agree on. But I just feel like a woman doesn't respect a man who is not falling suit into his role. That's just how I look at it. She got to keep telling him, "Oh, you got to get this job, or you got to do this, or you got to do it." If he doesn't, her mind is automatically going to be on the next thing because women are status. Yeah. Women are status driven. If they don't feel empowered to be a woman in their relationship, they're going to just go somewhere else. So their mind isn't going to be present in the relationship.
You got to be able to protect them. You got to be able to provide for
them. Yeah. Because what do every woman say? A lot of women say, "Oh, what type of job do you have? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Like, what are your aspirations?" If you don't have any of that, it might just be sex and that's it.
What do you bring into the table to her?
What do you bring into the table? That's the lion mentality. You know what I mean?
Can women sleep with as many men as they want to?
Woo! Where's my water?
You know what? Don't even allow that.
You know what?
You know that?
Like he said, like Lex said, it's a free world, right? It's a free world.
Still be respected, though.
Your anatomy don't even allow that.
No.
Got to show you. A man could sleep. A man could sleep with 100 women. Physically, nothing happens to him. A woman could sleep with 100 different men, and that would not work.
Exactly.
Do your research. I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying. Just from a biological point. I'm just trying to.
Chauncey.
I just.
Yeah,
so
man.
the answer is no. Women cannot sleep with as many men as they want to and be respected. Why?
Because
why is there a double standard in that?
Because they shouldn't make it known. If they do, go. If they do, that's between them and whoever it's between. But the minute they pride it and do all that, they lose respect.
They lose respect. Men don't even. It don't matter how they look. A man won't look at her the same way as he will look at a woman that doesn't have as many. Out the door.
Every man.
She get placed in a different category.
Different category. and then what does it become? Oh yeah, her. Yeah, she was with. Yeah, man.
Okay, so it's a dub. It's a dub.
It's
Can't
a dub.
do it. It's a dub. Can't do it. What is the worst part about dating women?
I say one of the worst things about dating women is that initial stage is really getting her to overcome that hurt from her last relationship. Because so many of us jump into relationships before we're fully healed. Even when we think we are healed or whatever like that, shit start to resurface. Or trying to get a person, like, say if I'm dating you for all this long amount of time, you done got used to my tendencies and stuff like that, and you try to bring that into the next relationship, it's just, it can cause a lot of friction and stuff like that. So I think that's the hardest part, is trying to help her get over the hurt, the pain, tendencies of a last relationship. And that goes both ways. That definitely goes both ways. But in my experience, that's one of the ones, one of the hardest things in my situation.
Yeah, like competing with the past.
And like I say, in today's society, it's like a lot of people are scared of being alone.
Yeah.
So they jump to that next situation far too soon. And you don't necessarily know whether or not a person is ready or not. All you can do is take the word for it. And it's like, damn, after we done embarked upon this journey, all of a sudden we starting to hit these road bumps. Because you only showed me your good at the beginning. But now that other shit is starting to unmask, and that's what we trying to fight through and get past.
I'm just trying to figure out how come they never know what they want to eat once y'all get there. Because y'all was eating perfectly fine. Y'all was on Snap, you was on Instagram taking pictures of the food, of the drinks and everything. But now that we dating, you don't know what we want to eat now.
Yeah.
Now it's like, a SAT score. We got to go through a whole test.
I'll share the answer to that on the girl code side of things. We'll answer that question on the girl code side.
Yeah.
One thing is, some relationships be feeling like a job. Like you signed up for a job now. You have to make sure check in. You have to do this. You have to do that. Like some women make it like you have to do something.
Yeah.
They don't let it naturally happen or nothing like that. And if you don't do one little thing, it's a whole big thing. Like I don't like the unneeded stress. That's what I
right. And another thing too, like dating with a purpose instead of just dating blindly is better. When you date blindly, you just dating to date, then what's the purpose of that? Just to I mean, I don't see any other reason just for sex, you know what I'm saying? But like if you somebody, just stay single until you find the right one that you want to get, serious with.
All right. How soon is too soon to have sex with a guy?
You know what? Honestly, I don't think there's a right thing, because honestly, as an adult, sometimes I might be chilling with you. I understand shit happens. Sometimes a motherfucker might just be horny today. So honestly,
will you still date her and keep her?
That's what I was about to say. My two most successful relationships, I knocked one off that same day I met her, and another one like a week after meeting her. And it's like, I don't know. The old me would have been like, girl, you's a whole out here. As I got older, sometimes I understand it. I understand that stuff happens.
Yeah. I
understand. Sometimes you look at people, because a lot of us, we look at person, I'm going to knock that person off. I want that. Like, we just in that moment, and we wanted each other. I used to say that the first day or first week type thing was too soon, but honestly, I think now it just plays into the maturity of things and how we handle each other afterward. Because I'm fully capable of dating a woman and not viewing her in a different light if we have sex that first time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna wonder how many people you did that with, but depending on how other things go along, I may be able to look past it. Just don't be like, oh boy said, I can't be at a party and everybody say they knocked you off that first night. But I don't know. Like, to me, that one doesn't weigh as much right now to me. I would love to chase it. Don't get me wrong. Like Lex said, the thrill of the chase. I would love to chase it. I would love to, but don't make me run too long because I get tired and I get out the race.
I wouldn't put a time span on it. If the qualities are there, like everything that I was looking for, like every time we hang out and I'm starting to see it, and even if, say for instance, the sex was fire, we hooked up on the first day and it was like, oh my God, like what was that? And then the next time we hang out, everything else, like all of the qualities that I'm looking for, and I'm seeing it in you, it just makes me want more. And then it makes me want to, hook up again. So I wouldn't put a time span on it.
Exactly. It's how you handle it afterward. It's how y'all go about things after.
We have a question. So, what's your question?
So, okay. So they said if it happens, it happens.
What's your she still there?
And then,
still in the cut.
Still there, and she's still hungry.
She said she's not eating
She's
today.
still hungry.
She's full off of this tea.
Listen, this is my question.
Come to the video.
Okay, come.
Hi guys.
How you
What's your
doing?
guest in the show?
I've been in the show this whole time. I can't even leave. But my question goes for the last question. So you said it's how she handles it after, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Like, okay, because let's say we're grown and it's hot and steamy and we do that. And then I turn around and I'm like, look, at that time, you know, that's how I felt. And then you try me again and you're like, okay, we already crossed there. So the next time we kick it and you're caressing me and you might want to run it back. And I'm like, no, I'm not on that. Like, I just needed that at that time. I would like for us to take it back, like pull it back to before that. Like, when you say it's what she does after, how? Because what if I respond and I'm like, I don't want to do it? Or what if I respond and I'm like, now it's on and popping.
Now see, but when I was saying how y'all respond afterward, it goes back to what my guy was saying when he was like, me find out other qualities of you, find out like, okay, there's more to you than just sex. That's what I was meaning about how y'all hang afterward. But if you want to say, yeah, we want to have sex, I want to have sex again, you don't want to. Me as a man, if you say you don't want to, first off, that's rape if I keep trying to go for it. But even in real talk, if I get to a point where I get upset and stuff like that, that lets you know how I am as a man, that I'm not really a man. I'm not mature enough for you. So you should leave that situation either way it go. So it really shouldn't even matter how the after happens, because at that point, that after is null and void. But like I said, that's why I was meaning. When I said the after part, it was more so finding out that there's more to you than first night sex. How you choose to handle your vajayjay, your pretty pearl after that, that's all on you.
Okay. So basically, if a woman is like, okay, now she's showing you nothing other than her promiscuous side, you're gonna already throw her, or you're gonna keep her in that category, like
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
keep you there. I'm not throwing that away.
Yes.
Keep that promiscuous right there. Yeah, because I'm gonna come back for round 2.
Because now you put yourself in that bracket that I text after 9. I get it. Okay.
That's how it is, man.
Okay, question. Can women approach men?
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody else talk on that. Yes.
Yes.
And you will get, and it's crazy because you will literally see us in a form that you have never seen us in before. Our guard isn't up. We don't got the stance yet. We might get our voice crack, but you'll see what's really going on real fast.
Yeah. You guys get butterflies too, like if
what?
Especially.
Like,
but I also gotta say, do it in a cute way, because there's been one person I remember. I'll never get her name was Brittany. You got to be like, please be a woman about it. If you do it, like, be cute about it. I hope
you're watching this.
Be cute about it. I hope you are too. I remember, bro, we was in the cab one time in college. That girl walked up to me and said, "Hey, bro, you might as well put your number in my phone." Wait, you're not about to just take my manhood like that. Like,
because at this point now I'm left to believe that you want to, like, you gonna do me.
Yeah. Like, so you got to do it the right way, but we definitely appreciate it. Like,
you
never know. I might have been feeling the same way, but I'm glad that you went on ahead and let that be known what's up. Like,
because sometimes men get tired of always having to be the ones to engage that.
Yeah, like, this is a question. Men sometimes, like, if you're intimidated by a woman, like, because for instance, with my situation, like, a man sometimes says, like, I look aggressive or intimidating because like I'm a woman with a strong demeanor, being that like I dress up really, really nice. Usually I'm usually done up. So a lot of men feel like they're intimidated. So do you feel like a woman should, like a woman that looks high maintenance, do you think it's better if she approaches somebody she likes because the man feels like
high maintenance women, you gotta remain high maintenance. You gotta make that's you know, a guy is willing to break out of, he knows what he's getting into out the gate.
Right.
You gotta hold him to that standard and never change it. That way, by the time he knows I can take anything to her, but to that one I gotta come.
Whole game plan every day.
Ladies, it's okay, sisters. Because I have heard before that I'm too I need to be delicate. I'm delicate, but like sometimes men are like, man, you got to tone it down because looking at you, a man is going to feel like if he don't got it, he can't be with you. And I'm like, well, then that's him because I'm not walking around saying, give me something. I am who I am. And when you met me, I was like this. So it's either you sink or swim.
Right.
And if he's too weak to approach you at that point, he's gonna be too weak to handle you in a relationship.
Yeah, that's not for you. Like everybody.
Exactly. That's not for you.
It's not for you. See, everybody, right? Everybody,
okay.
right?
That's the offer plate. Here
Right. See, everybody's meant to be with somebody. Like that person just meant to be for you. Like if that person like sees you that way, that's the person that's supposed to be with you. If they engage you in your high maintenance, that's the person that's gonna be there.
Yeah, we're busy. So, yeah. Okay.
These men out here, child, just slapping.
I hope y'all ready for the girl segment because I'm ready for that segment.
Just saying.
Last question. What does a man need in order to feel he's ready to commit?
Let me speak for myself. When I'll know I'm ready to commit. When I'm at a point in life where I feel like by myself, I'm at a good steady point in life. And then if I find someone who can just, you know what I'm saying, just level off where I'm lacking, and I feel like she's the one, every day is going to be exciting, like a journey every day. I can't wait to get up to do something with this girl. That's when I know it's the one.
Yeah, and like when you're done hoeing, like if you like you said, if you a man and you have everything together in your life and you done like dealing with random women and you like, yo, I want to settle down and give my legacy, you know, to somebody I care about, that's when you know you're ready to commit.
So basically what you're saying is like when he's ready, simple as that. There's nothing
when he's ready.
Can do. He got to
exactly.
Be ready.
Exactly.
So a man won't be ready until he feels like he's in a financially set place, like financially living on his own, or what is it that he feels like? What is it that he feels in order to feel good?
That security, that same security. Like for a woman, it's a job. It's a man's job to secure her as far as protecting her from the outside in. For you guys got to protect our hearts and, for, you know what I mean, and our stomachs and, you know what I mean, from inside out in a sense. So it's like, it's a different angle. You know what I mean? Once you know how to nurture, and it's like, okay, this is a different feeling. Like that, this is a homie, lover, friend. This is not just, you know what I mean? Like, I just go home and come back. This is my default. Once that happens, it's like, all right, I would be breathing.
You don't want nothing else.
Yeah, I'd be breathing differently had I not be, if I'm not with my wife. I wouldn't. The air is crisper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when a man is in like a good state of mind, that's when he can like make the right decisions for his life. Like not if he doesn't have his finances together, if he doesn't have his purpose together, then he can't really function and make the right decisions on behalf of the opposite sex. So a man feels like a man when he could bring something to the table. Real men, like they feel like men if they could bring something to the table. Until he feels like he can do that, that's when he's ready to commit. Like when everything else is in order in his life, but like I said, with his finances, his purpose, then he can feel like he can go to that next level. It doesn't even have to be the biggest house. He just has to have his own foundation structured to let somebody else in that.
Sheesh. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for spilling the beans today and breaking guy code. The gems that were spilled today. Hats off to y'all. Hats off, wigs off, everything, lashes off to y'all. Everything off to y'all. Thank you guys. Yo,
gotta
thank
stay
you
safe out here.
So much. So much. I appreciate y'all.
What he said? What he said? Yo, what he said? What Chauncey said?
Stay away from this, ladies. None of this.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh.
That 100 don't add up the same.
But thank you guys so much for kicking it with me, taking the time out to answer all of my questions. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out to hang out with us and answer all of our female questions.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow them. Their Instagram handles are all on their pages. I mean, on their names. Y'all can make sure to follow them. I will also include all of their social media handles and links and all of that down below in the description box. And make sure you guys come back and kick it with us another time. Next episode is going to be Breaking Girl Code.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get in on that one too.
I might have these guys ask some questions to the ladies and make sure that we get all the answers.
We need to get on that one.
Out to y'all. Thank you guys so much once again. And until next time, thanks for kicking it with Ty.
Fellas.
Bye, y'all.